What's it like out there? Just the first couple days, and how you feeling?
It's been good. I feel
You can look
good
at me.
personally. Huh? Okay. Personally, I feel good. It's been kind of just learning everything, learning a new offense, getting used to all that, and like getting used to new team guys that haven't been here and stuff like that yet. But like so far, it's been good. I think we've made a lot of progress. Like I think compared to spring ball first time last year and spring ball this year. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
How different the verbiage, like the language of the offense, and getting used to that.
Honestly, it is obviously a new offensive coordinator is going to be a little different. You're going to have different things and stuff like that. But like in terms of it's a lot of the same verbiage, so it hasn't been too hard to understand. And we have a bunch of different stuff and new stuff. So like so far, it hasn't been bad at all. It's like like I said, it's just a bunch of new learning, but it hasn't been bad.
Seems like you guys are gonna maybe huddle more, a little more kind of on the pro style.
Yeah, we're kind of more pro style so far. We've been leading off like holy cow, a lot of people showed up. Well, I was like, all right, anyway. But yeah, we've been in a lot of huddle. Getting in the huddle and like getting the full play call and everyone kind of getting an understanding. And like we're able to go turbo too. Like that'll be our quick stuff when we need to know huddle and run stuff like that. But like so far, it's just been a lot of huddle and like getting used to everything.
Does it seem like there'll be more 12 personnel?
I like to hope so. So far we've done a lot of 12 personnel stuff, and I think with the tight end room we have this year, I think we're very versatile and we have a lot of room to do a lot of different things. So I think hopefully there's a lot more 12 personnel. Of course, I can't tell that, but that's what spring ball's for, to figure that stuff out.
How much more comfortable do you feel this year?
Oh, crazy! It's a crazy amount of difference. Last year, coming in, I was deer in headlights trying to figure out everything. And this year, I kind of feel like I'm in a spot to where I can help people out and help people in the office if that's what they need. So I feel good this year. It's been good so far.
What is your impression of Paul Tyson been just in that time you've gotten to know him?
He's a cool dude. When he first got here, we went out and ate and did a bunch of stuff together, kind of just get to know each other, a bunch of group of us. So it's been fun. He's a good dude off the field and on the field, and his work ethic is crazy. From coming from school like Alabama, everyone kind of expects you to be this certain guy, especially being at a college like that. And so far, he's been that. He's in the weight room, he's doing extra stuff. He's in the film room doing extra stuff, extra reps on the ball to us, when not necessarily everybody's watching. So it's been good so far, and he's a great dude. I'm excited to see where he goes this season.
Do you sense more a different atmosphere this year? Maybe more spots up for grabs, more guys just.
I'd definitely say we're more of a tight-knit group. A bunch of these guys here last year were kind of all in the same spot last year, kind of with how things were going. We weren't necessarily the oldest guys, the leaders, but this year it's kind of been all right, this whole group can be something special. And I'll tell anybody this, I think this is one of the closest teams I've ever been on, in terms of family life. And of course we're going to compete in practice, we're going to fight, we're going to argue, but at the end of the day, we're all going to go in the same cafeteria and go eat and talk about the practice. So it's definitely one of those things. I think spots are always up for grabs. Whoever best player is going to play, and that comes down to practice, film, everything.
What's it like for you guys when there is a quarterback competition?
I think it's fun. I think it brings out the best in them, in my personal opinion. You see things that you necessarily don't think you would see. Last year, T is making throws that I didn't see him make personally last year, just because it wasn't necessarily a competition. And it's really cool. Guys, when you have a 3-4 way quarterback competition, I'm excited to see who comes out and wins it. And either way, all those quarterbacks are gonna be prepared either way. So I'm excited to see who wins.
Is there a comfort level with Trenton? Is it just because he's been around for so long?
Honestly, I would say comfortability wise, there is a difference. Obviously, he's thrown me a lot of balls over my past year and that to now. So, but again, Paul doing his thing, extra reps, hey, come throw on a Saturday, come throw on a Sunday, just so we can get used to each other. And he told me he's hey, once we get used to each other, it's gonna be bread and butter, and it's starting to get to that point. So it's good.
Do you think this team can maybe thrive with lower expectations? There's not the pressure maybe that was with last year's expectations.
Honestly, 100%. I think we're one of those teams that everyone kind of looks at as this is gonna be one of their off years. No one really want to pay attention, but I really think we're gonna shock a lot of people. Everyone wants to talk about USC and the UCLA's and stuff, but I think we're still gonna be. I think we shock a lot of people and go out and beat them. And I'm excited, and I think a lot of us have that kind of underdog mentality, going into the season. All right, let's show people what we got. It's not we got anything to lose, especially with everything going on. So we're ready, we're excited.
What are your thoughts on the newcomers in your position group?
Oh, I love them. Bryce and Messiah are great dudes, and then we have a fullback Justin and guys like Ryan and Case just to be in there, and with Jacob Newell coming. I think this is a very versatile room. Last year, I think there were some parts of it where it was we had 2 people, and then it was like, all right, next guy's up, but it was kind of like hesitant. But like this year, it's like, all right, you're out, you go, out, you go. It's like as long as we know the offense, as long as we can do what we know to do, we're gonna be great.
Speaking of knowing the offense, obviously you practice, but how do you feel you guys are adjusting with coach's install and verbiage and everything like that comes with the offense?
Coach Glenn does a great job, like in helping us getting in extra meetings and stuff like that to teach us extra stuff. And I think a lot of it is good because a lot of it is the same. It's just different ways to put it. So like one word means something else this year, but it's a completely different word and it makes sense. It connects ways, and whether it's the letter or the way it's said, like it all connects. So I think so far it's been a pretty good transition. Of course, we're only on install 2, but you know, it's gonna be one of those things like spring. This is what spring ball's for: is to learn the new offense, get used to everything, like learn everything. So when fall camp comes around and fall season comes around, we're solid.